Hello guys and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be helping you guys beat Trial of Ascension floor 70 on normal mode, of course. And I've done things a little bit differently, I've prepared them differently, but I still think that it's actually going to be more interesting than the other ones. Because I've added things like threat levels, I've actually added quite a bit of notes. Like I sat here for a while writing down notes to give to you guys, so maybe you learn more about each of these characters. Who knows, maybe you guys engrave it into your brain, so by the time you actually face these units in other places instead of Trial of Ascension, you'll be more than prepared for them. But I always implore you guys, if you're going to attempt these floors, try to do it on your own, yeah, and then do what I tell you here, which is to look for a theme and then build your own team based off of that, which is exactly what we're about to do now. So floor 70, if you go looking through these monsters, which we won't really, I mean, we're going to go, I have notes, okay? That should be more than enough, right? But if you go looking through these monsters, you'll find that they all share a single theme, and that is crowd control. This time, we're going to be the ones getting crowd controlled, right? It's crazy. I mean, that's what we've been using to win a lot of these fights, and now they're going to try and use it to beat us. And it's not going to work because we're going to use it against them. But so let me go through. I have notes for every single one of these monsters: Woundhawk, Fuko, and Poseidon here. So let's go through the notes. So with Woundhawk, his threat level is 3 out of 10. I give him a 3 out of 10. And the note states this: while Woundhawk does have stuns, glances, and slows, and a third skill that allows him to cleanse and heal, he can be shut down relatively easy with stuns or attack bar reduction. So if you do go through his skills, on his first skill, he does attack power decrease for 1 turn, and a glancing if he lands a critical hit. Which it's just like, it's whatever. I mean, you can place glancing on him and he'll not be able to do nothing. But you could also stun him and he just won't move. He won't get his first skill. His second skill attacks all enemies 2 times with a wave of water. Each attack has a 30% chance to decrease the target's attack speed for 2 turns. If we're already suffering attack speed reduction, he stuns us. Again, either increases cooldown time, which is pretty complicated for new players, or stun him. I mean, in the beginning of the game, people are going to tell you pick Veramos, and this is why. Veramos can come in here, he can reduce attack bar and stun. If this guy doesn't move, it doesn't matter what he could do. I don't care if he can remove harmful effects on himself. If he can't even move and use this skill, the skill means nothing. This is helpful for maybe like defense buffs or slows, if that's what you're trying to do. But if you just don't allow him to move, it doesn't really matter, right? So he can be shut down pretty easy. Just bring a stun or attack bar reduction. So units like Veramos work here. I guess Lauren works here in this specific case. Tyron works. I believe Rika, she has attack speed and she has stun. So she does work. Homunculus does work. Virat does work. Spectra. Shayna has decreased defense. But still, you could always build her to spare. But Woundhawk is not a threat at all, so I don't even think we're going to even focus on him. As long as we can stun him for long enough and we can aim for the boss, that might work. But Fuko, I put his threat level as a 4 out of 10, so he's barely any higher than Woundhawk. And my notes state this: just like Woundhawk, if you allow him to move and get turns, Fuko can be a menace. But stun should work, as well as a beneficial effects block if you decide to bring that. But that's very, very optional. I mean, it's not necessary. As long as you stun him, it doesn't really matter. The only reason you'd bring a beneficial effects block is for his passive, where he creates a shield every turn. But that's only going to matter if you decide to aim for him. Which in this fight, we're not going to aim for any of these side units. As long as we crowd control them, it doesn't matter what they do. But Poseidon, his threat level, I gave a 6 out of 10. And I still think that's fairly low. But Poseidon can be a very annoying boss if you do not prepare properly. His skill 2 is your biggest concern, in my opinion, due to the silence potentially preventing you from healing, doing damage, or setting up your other units. Crowd controlling him is a must if you wish to win this battle. So there you go. So let's go to the team building screen and use the information we've been given. So let's go. So I put an overall statement, by the way. Overall, basic stuns and attack bar manipulation should work for Fuko and Woundhawk. As long as you don't let them move, then it doesn't matter if they live or die. Bring units like Veramos to crowd control, or units like Spectra to prevent movement. Lauren is recommended for the boss to guarantee permanent crowd control solutions. So, the reason being is because you don't want him to use this. You don't want him to land that, because he will decrease attack bars. And this one he'll silence. And then this one he also transfers harmful effects. So, I think what we're going to do is we'll throw Veramos, we'll throw Spectra. So we got the stuns, we got the attack bar reductions. We're going to throw in Lorne. We'll throw in Lorne. We're going to throw in Thrawn as well. So we have Lorne that's going to hyper focus the boss. We'll use Thrawn. Now, in the beginning, you're probably going to just throw in Crow, and this can work. If you have any other options, I would recommend the other options. Tyron, maybe. Charlotte. I have Charlotte. But, more attack bar the more the attack bar manipulation, the better. The more the stuns, the better. But it's not necessary. We're not going to be in this stage long enough for it to matter. So this is the team we're going to go with. Veramos, Spectra, crowd control. Lauren is going to hyper focus the boss. Thrawn's going to give us buffs and healing. And Crow's just going to be the big damage. So, let's not waste too much time. Here is Veramos' runes. If you wish to see these runes, just pause the video, slow down the video, and do all that neat tricks. And trust me, you can do this on beginner runes. Again, most people will be like, oh, well, of course you're going to say you could do it on beginner runes, but you're using good runes. But it's just like, brother, it's all about strategy. Trust me, I've seen people beat TOA not day one. I mean, some people day one, but most people day 2, day 3, with the blue runes that they're given. Trust me, you could do this. We're going to go in and, again, we're going to guide you through every single wave. But powerhouses in this stage would be like Veramos, Spectra, Tyrant, just any crowd control. It's going to be useful for every single stage, but let's go. Okay, so for wave 1, I do have some notes. I think from like TOA 70 and up, you're going to find a lot of people are going to have trouble with the waves. But don't worry, I'm here. So bring immunity and crowd control. I know, crazy. But aim for Bering, whatever. That's the Dark Kobolds first, as they pose the biggest threat, wave 1. Third skill is an AoE strip with skill block, which can be bad for new players and can cause key units like Crow, if present, to die early. I mean, these kobolds can be annoying. So what we're going to do is straight out the gate, do this, set stuff like that up. We're going to do this, actually. Boom. Knock the kobolds out early on. I don't think the light sylphs really pose any threat at all. I think it's the kobolds that face pose the biggest threat. They have tons of dots. I believe they prevent you from using your third skill. Yeah, okay. With skill block. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my notes. But kobolds first, then the sylphs. But wave 2, I think this is probably where people are going to have the most problem if they're new. The most trouble. But wave 2 is the same deal as wave 1. Crowd control and immunity will work fine here. You got Jean, which is the 2 of the Phantom Thieves, only the 2 dudes for any new players. Those guys have stuns, but again, if you have immunity, it's not going to matter. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to aim for Clara, the Fire PRA. It's the 3 chicks, as she can do an AoE strip, and those AoE strips, which is an AoE strip. AoE strip. Okay, I'm smart. She has an AoE strip that leads into a stun. So she really can lock your team. So you really want to aim for those 3 first. Do not let any of them move. If you have to, switch your Lauren between targets, but do not let those units move. So there we go. Stun. Nice. We're just going to do this. Scar on the one there. Special Assault there. And we're going to keep doing that. We're pretty good. They're not going to be able to do anything. Those genes will not do nothing. Kind of do that to this one. Use Lauren to prevent that other gene from moving. And first skill him to death. So now we're in the wave, we're in the boss wave, whatever. Like I mentioned earlier, as long as you keep Woonhawk and Fuko under wraps, you can aim straight for Poseidon. We're going to use Lorne to hyper lock him, I guess is what you might say. Boom, stunned. Crow comes in, does that. Spectre might not be the best damage dealer, but it works for now. And Crow will get to move way before the boss, before anyone does anything, so there you go. It might take you a couple more attacks, but you get the idea. Stun Fuko, stun Woonhawk, they don't do nothing. The shield on Fuko means nothing because you're not going to attack him. Aim for Poseidon, aim for a straight nuke. You saw in all those other videos, I was more than happy to bring nothing but crowd control units, but in this one, I think it's a pretty pure and simple stage when you know the strategy, right? Which is aim for the boss, don't let anybody else move, period. So, I hope I was helpful. Enjoy your level 70 rewards. What is level 70? Level 70 is like a Rainbowmon, right? Or not a Rainbowmon, Devilmon. But, Devilmon, well, we're close to getting the LD scroll. I mean, we've already gotten it. But, I'm in the middle of doing hard, right? I'm working my way up. But, I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope that helped you in some way. Again, I put in tons of tips. I will try to put them in writing in the video so you guys will actually see the tips in case I speak weird. But I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form. I mean, I really do hope it did. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. If there's a specific stage in between any of the boss stages that you need help with, put it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to make a video just to help you on that one. But until then, until the next TOA video, TOA 80, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Here's your homework. Try to figure out a theme for this one, which is going to be pretty easy, but figure out a theme. Till then, peace.